Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Stories with Jashan. These episodes are usually long, so there will be timestamps in the description below for you to skip around. And also I would like to thank our sponsor for today's episode, Skillshare, and we'll be talking more about them further in this video. So today as our guest we have got Mir Waleed. He himself has got his own YouTube channel. Moreover, most importantly, he's a very experienced person because he came here in 2018, so with loads of experience, and that's what I'll try to explore and provide some information to the audience who's watching it. With this, I'll directly put spotlight on Mir and I would request him to introduce. Please, Mir, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Jashandi, for inviting me. I studied in Manchester Metropolitan in electrical and electronics engineering. I came back in 2018 for a 2 years course. Actually, this was a transfer program from Pakistan to the UK. So I studied my foundation year and the first year in Pakistan, then the rest of the 2 years in Manchester Metropolitan. So my overall experience in the UK was truly amazing. There are lots of ups and downs, whether it's job, whether it's your course, whether it's studying in a different kind of a university. But overall my experience was like really good. And when you study in a country where you never have been, and when you move to a different culture, it truly is an amazing experience. Yes, you struggle a lot, but you learn a lot. That's the most important thing.
Well, great. Thanks for sharing this, Mir. So I just want to come to, I'm like a bit curious about this. Like, since you are right now in the Pakistan, so the major question which I had in my mind was that why did you left UK? So what was the reason behind that?
So the main reason for leaving the UK was the COVID-19. So back in March, March 2020, the COVID, just started gaining the rhythm, and there were a lot of cases in the UK. So my all colleagues, especially from Pakistan, from the Manchester University as well as from my university, they all left the country because there was too much hype of COVID that it's the death rate is going up and so on. So I wasn't sure like I have to go to Pakistan or not, and that was my final year as well, and my visa was going to expire on October 2020. So I had a limited time to think about it, since Pakistan and the UK had already announced that they are going to shut down their borders or the airspace. So within a day I had to decide everything. I had a pressure of my family as well, because they were really worried about what's going on in the UK. And at that time UK was I think the second target, I would say, after Italy, because they are linked to each other since the European Union. So that's why I have to leave UK for that specific reason. If there was a chance during the COVID, or if COVID had been lowered down in 2020, I would have come back to UK. But unfortunately, the airspace was closed and the classes and everything was online. Even though I had my final year project, I had to do it online, and we made a small kind of circuit type thing. But it was a waste of time, you can say, because we didn't get the chance to present in front of the industry or the university, you can say. So yeah, that was the main reason to come back to Pakistan.
Yeah, I got your point that due to high number of cases there was a risk, that's why you went to Pakistan. But didn't you have in your mind like any kind of thinking did you have in that mind like you can work in the UK, or like you had some plans of like for the settlement or something like that?
So my plan was to work until October, since I had the visa till October. And I was thinking, like, I had planned this like I have to work till October, and during that time I have to find some kind of sponsorship as well to further study, or maybe study further, or maybe find a job further. So that was my mind. But unfortunately things didn't go well sometimes, what you think. So I had to move back to Pakistan.
So well, now let us talk about when you came to the UK, did you did any type of part-time jobs?
Yeah, so I came back in 2018. So when I firstly came here, no one was like, for me, no one guided me properly. Even though the institution where I was studying in Pakistan, they didn't give me any clue like how hard or how, you know, struggling it is going to be when a new student goes to the UK. You know that as well, right? So when I went to the UK, I was late. I came to the UK on 4th of October. I had to stay in a hotel where it was so expensive, and the money I took from Pakistan, I just used all of them, and I was like broke, literally broke, and like there was no way to call back to the parents and ask for money in the second day when you when you leave your country. So it's, you know, it's difficult task to ask money in the second day, of course. So I was like optimistic to find a job. So so I started in October. Then I started finding job. Then after 1 month, I find a job in a university where I had this role of international calling conversation. So we had to talk to the international students and convince them to join like my university, let's say Manchester Metropolitan. So I started that job, and it was like for a week hardly. So the problem was their payout date was in December, so I had to wait a whole month. So then I started finding other jobs. So then you know, I contacted a friend within the UK. Then he told me that there is a restaurant in Manchester, so you can go there and you can ask them for part-time job. So I went there and I find my first job in a restaurant. Then I you know, started slowly to build the momentum, like how part-time job works, because I wasn't like used to that culture, you know. So here in Pakistan we do not work until we graduate. So yeah, 1 year I did that job. In the second year I just like left the job because of the exams, and you know, the Ramadan, we have to fast for a whole month. So I thought like it's going to be difficult because it was first time that I had to work, I had to fast as well, whole day. So I left that job, and then after the summer, or maybe I think in the summer, yes. So I find another job, which was one of the most expensive restaurants in Manchester. So I utilized my experience and I joined that restaurant, and it was a pretty good job and pretty good experience, since I'm a food lover as well. So if you are a food lover, you should do a job in restaurant maybe for a month or two, just for experience, because you never know, like maybe after 2-3 years you have a hospitality business. So my plan is for hospitality business in Pakistan in future, maybe after 5 years, 3 years, 10 years. So that experience will be used here. So that's why I plan that way, that okay, so whether it's paying me good or not, or maybe other jobs are paying me well, but this experience is going to be helpful for me in the future. So yeah, so 2 years non-stop part-time jobs.
Great. Well done for this, Mir. Just I want to add like a bit more perspective for the audience. So your second job, you got through your references. So for your university job, like which you got in the university, how were you able to get that job? So was it through online application, through the university website?
Yeah, there was a online application, like it was through the university website. I was searching for the job. Okay. So it was, I think, in the, you know, the indeed.co.uk, where people post the job. So I saw the university ad there. So I just applied, and they called me next day, and just started.
Got it. And basically, was it same for your restaurant job as well in the Manchester, which you did? Was that through Indeed, or was it some other references which
the references worked out for my both of the restaurant jobs, for the both. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well done for that. Yeah. So the references are very important.
Yeah, the thing I want to mention here for the people, that do networking. There is a saying like, your network is your net worth. So this is very important. I've learned this now, and I'm trying to do the networking stuff now, because before I was like a shy guy, or I don't interact to many people, though I'm an introvert myself. But it doesn't mean that if you are introvert you don't connect to the people. So networking is very important. You will find a lot of jobs through referrals, and that's what happened in like everywhere in the world you will see like referrals give people jobs. So that's very important for you and for other people who are watching that do networking. This is a must.
Yeah. And like if someone is like new, like they're thinking that how should they be networking. So what I believe is, like in my term, I think LinkedIn is a good resource which can allow you to network. And me, do you want to add any other resource which you've got in your mind for networking?
For networking, LinkedIn is very important. Facebook groups are very important, like relevant to your field. Let's say I'm working in e-commerce, so I have joined all e-commerce groups, whether it's British, whether it's American, whether it's local, whether it's Indian or any else, because you don't know where you will, from where you'll find your friends or maybe your network. So Facebook is one of the, and the other is like Twitter. You keep on tweeting and you stay active in the social media. So each social media platform can be used for networking, but the most professional one is, as you said, is LinkedIn. That's how I got my job in the American agency as well.
Oh wow, so nice. Yeah, exactly. For LinkedIn, it really do amazing things. Because in my university there was one person, he actually failed in his master's degree, so he just got, so if you pass you get a master's degree, if you fail like in few modules you get a diploma, if you then fail you get a certificate. So he was the one who got certificate and he wasn't able to find any job because he had a certificate. Well, he connected with one person through LinkedIn and he got a sponsored job for himself. So that's like the wonders which LinkedIn can really do if you network with people.
True.
And well, so I want to ask you one question that it's just like I want to get your bit of a perspective over here, that well, now since you're from Pakistan, right, so did you experience any kind of racism or any other thing like that, like maybe with the Indian people, or like any such experience which you had, or was it like very friendly country, very peaceful, everyone was welcoming? How has your experience been with that?
My overall experience was really good. I didn't find like many people bad over in the UK. Especially my experience with Indian people was like really nice, to be honest. We used to play cricket together in our Manchester Metropolitan University. So there was like no other people other than Pakistanis and Indians who were just playing cricket there. So we had our teams, like not like Pakistan India, like mix. So yeah, for with Indian people the experience was really nice, and as you know that my majority of subscribers are from India, so they really like my content, and so in the UK specifically was really good with that. If you talk about the jobs where you face kind of racism as well, if you work under British people, especially because some people are like that, but majority are good enough to work with. It depends on what attitude you have towards the work or towards the people, and how you want to connect to the people and how you want to proceed. So that's I think very important. If you are nice with the people will be nice with you.
Exactly. I think it has been same my experience as well. Everyone was very welcoming, even at my university. Since I've been wearing this turban, so like people were really curious that, well, you're wearing turban, let us know more about them. So they were very curious rather than being racist or anything like that. So it has been exactly the same experience. UK is indeed a very peaceful country. So before moving to the next segment of this video, I would really like to thank our sponsor for today's episode, which is Skillshare. Now, if you aren't aware about Skillshare, Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Recently, I've been watching this class on DSLR photography, and it has been really fruitful and added a valuable skill in my own personal life itself. The best thing which I really love about Skillshare is that each classes are 60 minutes in duration, and these are divided into various small sessions which really fit well in my schedule. So now for my audience, I've got a special offer. There will be a link in the description below. The first 1000 people to click that link will get free trial for the Skillshare Premium for full. So do check out Skillshare and make sure to use the benefit of the free trial itself. And thanks to Skillshare for kindly sponsoring this video. And well, I want to ask you a question regarding Manchester Metropolitan University. Now let's say if there's a student like what kind of courses would you recommend them to come in the Manchester Metropolitan University? Which are the courses which you will say that, well, this is the university you should be selecting for this course?
I would say, as of my 2 years experience, that the business school of Manchester Metropolitan is really, really good, and their business course is absolutely amazing. Their law course is amazing. Even though if you do engineering, it's still good as well, but I've heard that it's not like one of the top schools in all over the UK. But yeah, it's still good. You know, the learning and all is really you know, helpful for you, for your you know, job and for your all, like, in the future. So for me, engineering is still fine. I find it easy, so that's why I recommend, if you want to do electrical engineering especially, go to Manchester Metropolitan. Since you will graduate easily, you will do your task easily. You know, these we call them like Manchester Metropolitan or any other university, we call them like a non-Russell group. So the non-Russell group is very beneficial for international students, especially because they help you a lot. In the Russell group, like Manchester University, Oxford, or maybe others, what happened there is like you cannot depend on them. It's more of like 90% of self-study. It's a bit hard as well. So whereas in the non-Russell group like Manchester Metropolitan University, if you are struggling something, you just go to your professor and you know, you ask them for help. The colleagues there or the friends you find are similar to you, like they want help as well. So when you sit together to solve a problem, it's easier for you to solve it, and there is a lot of help in your assignments and solving assignments, especially if you have studied from like the Pakistani system, where it's more like theoretical, not practical. So these kind of universities help you a lot for your, you know, good grades, especially with like limited hours of studying.
Great, thank you, Mir. And towards the end, I just want to ask you any concluding remarks, any final thoughts, any advice for the prospective students planning to come in the UK?
I would just say one thing, that majority of the students who come to the UK, they do not plan their studies before coming to the UK. So plan everything, not just studies, plan everything from your home country. Do your research, do not rely on anyone. Whether it's me talking here about my experience, or if I'm saying something wrong about let's say a course or a university or something else, do not believe in me. Just do your research. Google is yours, all yours. Internet, you have the internet. You have Jashandeep, you can search his channel. He has like bring a lot of new people, new faces to his channel. He shares the experience which I do not literally. So do your research and do your planning properly, like what you have to do in the next 4 years, or maybe if you are coming for the masters in for the next 1 year. So I would say that do your planning is very important before coming to the UK. So the first year in the UK for you plays a very, very important part. If you go through that year very well, then you're not gonna struggle for the next 3 years or maybe 2 years or 1 year. So that's what I have to say, and I would request every one of you to please subscribe to Jashandeep channel, not mine. If you are not subscribing to mine, it's okay, but do subscribe, because his content is literally amazing, and no one makes like him. He's a unique guy, so must subscribe to his channel.
No, thank you so much for your kind words. I don't know about uniqueness, but really this means a lot for your word. And I mean, like for like having conversation with you, I learned a lot. And one thing which I really liked about Mir's channel was that any of the videos which he make, this is what actually happens in the UK. So there will be few people like that doesn't happen in the UK, but like the videos which I've saw, that is exactly what will be happening with you, and that's why I related with his content a lot. And towards the end, please to check Mir Waleed's his own YouTube channel. The necessary links will be in the description below for you to check them out. With this, thanks for watching this video. Bye.